Hello there, and Sengoku Dynasty has been updated to 0.4, and I did a review on 0.1 a long time ago, and we're going to discuss all the changes that have happened and the pros and the cons of those changes and what this game is like now. So if you're still new to this game and you want to know what this game is like right now, yes, stay watching. We'll show you all the ins and outs of this game and the pros and the cons of these updates as we get started. Now, there is a lot. There's been a lot of changes, so it's kind of difficult on know where to start on this. As you can see, we got roads and stuff like that, and our village is nice and big and thriving. Yeah, let's go over the basics of this game. We'll just go there and check out the character screen first. So the changes on here are minuscule. As you can tell, the hotbar down here, it's gone, and I want my hotbar back. I want to see what these numbers are. I want to see that stuff there. I want to be able to turn it on and off, and they didn't do that. But anyways, the armor and clothes, it actually has armor value and a poise value. We can't see our poise meter, which is stupid. It's basically like a stun meter, right? So you can't just block forever. You block so long, your stun meter is going to go down, that kind of thing. And you can break your stun and get stunned and that kind of stuff for armor. And then you have skills that add your armor. Encumbrance doesn't really explain what that does. Your health and all that kind of stuff, all basic stuff. So nothing much going on in this system right here for your character. Still no character picture on there, and no name for yourself, which is really weird. I guess they want you to force you a name, or it doesn't matter. But yeah, this screen right here, they actually have skills now. Before they had a couple skills and that's it. Basically cookie cutter garbage at the end of the day, and now it's just cookie cutter everything. But it's the regular skill stuff. You got leader skills that which help you with your dynasty and their production values for your guys and their needs, obvious, and that kind of stuff. Craftsman, that's all basic stuff. You can chop trees down better, you can mine better, you can farm better, all the basic stuff. Same with the warrior tree right there. So you can go with better bows or weapons and armor and all that kind of stuff, and just basic warrior stuff. Unfortunately, the cons in this, this one right here, increase your maximum hit points. There's other skills, I think, in the monk skills or maybe the leader skills or somewhere that adds more to your maximum hit points too. Yeah, maybe this right here, adds more to your maximum hit points, Unfortunately, you don't heal that, which is what the hell. Normally when you rest, you heal, but your health goes up a certain number, and that's it. But yeah, you have more maximum health, and it doesn't heal that right now. And that is that's something that they shouldn't actually have an issue with when they first start. You add more maximum health, you automatically heal up to full. You don't do it in this game. You actually have to drink potions to heal yourself all the way. And so for me, I have to drink 3 healing potions just to get fully healed after the natural healing is done, because it only goes halfway now from the maximum hit points that I have, which is garbage. You have minimum skills in your Way of the Monk, which is a pain in the ass to level up because you got to go and visit the shrines, but they give you more experience in the other skills, and they have some neat skills like your fast travel skills. Cost can go down, which isn't really an issue right now. That was a wasted point. But then you have the revered by people. You can have 100% negative on your losses, so yeah, you don't lose any money and stuff like that if you die. But we can't reset our skills or anything like that, which they need to have, obviously, a skill reset, so you can test stuff out there. The quest is still the same. Now the dynasty stuff has changed a lot. And this is all about the villagers' needs and stuff like that, but they used to have a stat over here that said you can only have so many buildings in a village, and it was done by village. So every village had a certain number of buildings in there and population, and it was a separate entity at the end of the day. Now it's a global entity, so number of villages don't matter. It's just how much people you have that adds more to the to everything on there. And the more people you get, the more things pop up there. Like at the start you have nothing, then you pop up there with heat, with beverages, with meals, and then you get beverages, I think, and then maybe heating. I forget the order. Then you get maintenance and maybe health after that. Then they go in order. Maybe they go in order. I forget what they have right now for the starting. But yeah, they all have different needs, and as you get more people in total, these needs pop up there. Then you got to fulfill them. And before it was a pain in the ass. So it was balanced, crappy, very crappily balanced at the end of the day. But now it's balanced a little bit better. And of course, not perfect. But now they have jobs. You could build a guard tower. Now your guard tower is a job for security. So instead of wasting 10 bows in a day for your security needs, you have one guy working on a guard tower and who uses a bow up every other season or so. So that's a lot better and a lot less time consuming. And the same thing for spiritual. They added that in there, and now you can actually have you can build a temple and have a guy working in it. You have luxury, but there's no building for luxury. That's just building more products, and which is easily done right now. So as you can see, I got 54,000 luxury needs already done, and that's only one need on there. So yeah, that's pretty nice. But all the other stuff in here is pretty much crap. This village tab is what the hell? I got 30 people in my village, It said 37, but workers 38, but no one unemployed. So that makes total sense to me on the math on that. But yeah, that's all it tells you. Nothing. That's garbage. Population tab is another piece of crap. Like who's in what village? I got 2 villages in here. Can you tell who's in what village? No. Can you tell what they do? You can barely tell if they're male or female. It'd be nice to have colors on there too, maybe, because instead of looking at the little symbols that way, and I can squint and see it. That's a female or a male, depending, right? That could be like a male or a female. Is it a big boner or not? Who knows? Whatever. The jobs are the same thing. This job placement stuff is just crap. Who's working in what village? You have the workers. You don't see the village on there, and that's just a whole bunch of jobs. And like you see all that, no workers and jobs, and like how much are they producing? What goods are they producing? How much every day they're doing? They used to do it by every month. Now they're doing it by every day. The production values aren't here. It's just really huge space for the names, which is you don't need. Is there any name that's okay? There is a name that big. Sunken Hearth at the Big Cooking Pot. I guess they do need a big spot for these names some of the time, but they could abbreviate that. But yeah, we need to see what the stuff is. We don't see it. We don't. There's lots of information that they really need to have that they don't have, and lots of the stuff doesn't even work properly either on there. Well, we have this. This works properly, but if you take the worker off and put it back on again, your production is 0, and then you have to use this little bar to do that, and that's a pain in the ass. There's no slider bar in the middle, which they should have. Daily production, current max tells you what that tells you, and we don't need that there. But yeah, you can't adjust it's just a seasonal job, and you can't adjust it per season on this information. And what is lotus? Is that a herb? Is that a spice? Is it a root? What kind of food is that? Because that matters for some of the cooking recipes on what this stuff is. Rice is obviously a food, but when you're doing this, you want to know what they are, because there's lots of other things like a taro. Is that like just a fruit in this game, or what is it classified as for the food object on there? What's that classified of? It doesn't tell you. Like the wasabi on there, what's that classified? Well, it's a herb. I know that at least, but it doesn't tell you. And I can't change it. I can't add a workload for a different season. Like I want to maybe just make this in the springtime, and when summer comes, I want to make this lotus. I want that to change automatically. You can't do that automatically. So for all the seasonal jobs, you have to come in here every season and do that manually, which is a pain in the ass doing it through the system, because I got to go through every field, every farmer's field, which is all over the place. We can't tab it over there. We can't have a list of just seasonal jobs to do it automatically. There's nothing in here to help us out. We have to go through there and scroll slowly through all these jobs to get where we're going. And then we get to other basic jobs, which are all year long, which don't work properly half the time. Right now, this is working because I only have 2, but I can keep adding more jobs on there, like firewood or something like that. Say, hey, less sticks, and let's add some firewood to that. And then all of a sudden, I'm not collecting sticks. That's how it was working before. I had 3 jobs on this guy, and I wasn't collecting any sticks, even though the job was there. It was working properly. They got their tool. I just wasn't getting sticks every season, every day. I wasn't getting anything. It says I have production. I just wasn't getting production. That kind of garbage doesn't fly. You change the system from before, where you have 4 little boxes, and now you have multiple things you can do, and then they don't work. So yeah, it's a better system. It's better having it this way, but make it work at least, right? And the tools still don't work properly. When you change out your tools, sometimes you'll go over there and you'll get like a log sticking on there, right? So a log will pop up as a symbol. So my log is my tool, which obviously doesn't work. It says it's working, but then you don't collect any resources, even though it says it has numbers there. These numbers mean nothing if they don't actually do anything. They show you stuff on there, but it doesn't work properly still. So it's not perfect. At the end of the day, you can tell you right there, it is not perfect. But they did add a lot of other things like fast travel. At the start of the game, they had no fast travel. Right away, they did updates and added some fast travel. But recently, they added a fast travel outpost you can build, which is nice, right? So you can build this fast travel outpost. It's cheap. It has a storage in there, so you can build that and have fast travel anywhere you want on the map. It only crashes every once in a while, so it's not perfect either. The con is it crashes. Did you hear that owl sound? The owl sounds used to be so loud and intrusive, and every couple seconds, big loud hoots all the time, annoyed the hell out of everybody. And of course, it took them forever to actually fix that and adjust that. And now what? You go to the mountain zones over here somewhere, and now it's hawks. Now hawks are like 500% louder than everything else, and every 5 seconds they're making loud hawk sounds. It's like, what the hell is wrong with you guys? You know stuff is annoying. You put these sounds on there, and then you just have to fix them again. What the hell? Get your head out of your ass. At the end of the day, they still have that problem right there. At the end, and one of the other issues I had with this game at the start was this saying at the front: if you believe something is true, therefore it's true. Well, that's religious freaking nonsense. At the end of the day, people believe a lot of stuff, and they believe a lot of things are true, but they're not true. That's crap. That's why they do studies like on Twitter and Facebook, where 85% of the stuff on there is utter lies meant for clickbait, and people believe that crap on there. So yeah, that's what causes all the hate and shit like that, is believing in stuff like that. And that's what they do in this thing. It's just a head up on your ass saying. You just because you want to believe something is true does not make it true. Of course, it's supposed to be meant for a positive thinking, on there, but they have it worded totally wrong. Translation's wrong. Just the way they say it is wrong, and that should not be a thing on the start of the screen and your wait screens is seeing something like that. It's just utter crap at the end of the day for their game. Combat is pretty junky. We can't really show you that at nighttime. We can show you the fast travel, I guess, right now. But yeah, the other things in this game, the map stuff right there. We can go do more of the map stuff and show you that. Lots of the big other major projects are the same. They used to have a mother load thing pop up there and say you're going to get a whole bunch of resources or something, and they weren't specific about that. That's just gone. There's just nothing. You just get Dynasty points. Not even a pretense of actually getting rewarded for actually doing any of these projects anymore, so they got rid of that. But the mother loads include ice and iron and stuff like that now, and the ice doesn't work properly. This is the only place to get ice in the game right now in the wintertime, and that doesn't work properly. You have to go over here and rediscover it every single day after you get to production for your production to actually kick in and work, because the ice pops up and it disappears. So yeah, that doesn't work properly. These other places that you make, this over here is like an iron mine, and over at this other place over there is the other iron mine that you can build for a special project. You can add workers to it, but you can't do anything because they have no tools. So that's useless at the moment. There is space to add a tool shed, but that is not functional yet. You can't actually add a tool shed there. You could get around it right now by building a village by these things and then having your own tool shed in there. Then you can have your guys work there. Same for the guard towers. Like this is a guard tower spot up here. No, that's the temple up there. Sorry, that's not a guard tower. But you get the idea. There's guard towers all over the place for special projects. Like there's one right there. And you can have workers work on that, but they don't have access to their tools, so they don't do anything unless you build a village nearby, which is counterproductive at the moment because you can only have so many villages. That cap is still there for your dynasty thing. But yeah, this village is now up and running, so that's working. But they have lots of other new things in this game that are still not working. Like some of the other temples, for example. That temple up here is not working. All those temples all over the place are not working. There's only 2 god temples that are working on right now, I guess, but there's 5 of them altogether that you can actually get access to that I found. There could be another one somewhere that I missed, but it's the 2 same guys over and over again, basically, right? But the other temples don't work. They're like the places of power. There's one over here. I think there's one over here somewhere. Yeah, those things don't work yet. No places of power yet. Over here is a lighthouse project. It's invisible walls to an island over here that's going to have some more stuff later on. So there's stuff coming later on that's just not working. Like this isn't working yet. That's not working yet. The big huge farm thing over here isn't in there yet. And that's a long time coming for that one. That's not working yet. Those other temples aren't working yet. Other things like that over here are just not working yet, or they're up and running. That kind of thing. The temple over here is not up and running. The temple there is not working. Lots of stuff like that. It's just lots of things aren't working. There's lots of like buildings and stuff like that you can see in the distance now on the outside edge that just aren't there. Like over here is a cave. This is the upper end of the map. Over here is a cave with a town. You can actually run around there, and but there's nothing there. It's just a couple empty buildings basically, right? That's some more work in progress for that. This bandit camp is working. This is a testing ground. So you can come over here and loot this bandit camp, which is crappy loot, but just fight all these bandits over and over again. There's more of them there than what we can see right now for the screen there. It's a big, huge bandit camp, and you can add a fast travel place, right? So you can add a fast travel and go over there. This is actually invisible wall, so you have to come over this way. But yeah, you can go over there and fight all these bandits and test your combat skills and all that kind of stuff. That's what they want you to do. They want you to play test this and test out the combat because they can't do it themselves. I guess they can't go there and actually play their own game and test the combat and get it done on their own. They have to have people's input and actually fix that, which is stupid at the end of the day. If they can't figure out combat on their own, they want other people to help them do their job for them. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, you get the idea on that. Let's just sleep it off. Wake up in the morning. It wasn't too long away. Yeah, there's lots of pros and cons to this game. There's lots of stuff is a lot more functional and works a lot better. The fast travel is nice. The system still scrolling through there. It's still cheap right now. That could change at any time right there. So just take advantage of it while you can, because it only costs 10 to do it. So that's not bad. And there's a waste of a skill point to make that 5. But yeah, you get to the other village and there's that ice mother lode. We have to go there and rediscover it. There we go. Get closer. There we go. Rediscover the ice mother lode. Now, in the wintertime, I can farm it, but I have to go there every day and do that. So stuff like that. Those are my temples, and that's going to be where a new temple is. Maybe a new town over there too, for that. But yeah, that's what the temples you can build look like. Only 2 of them at the moment out of the 5. You have 5 little statues you can build, but only 2 temples are up and running because lots of that stuff isn't done yet. So yeah, there's a lot of work to be done on this game, and they have to get some of the stuff working properly. Get rid of those birds sounds still. Little basic things like that. They force you to go to third-person combat here too, unless you click an option. You have to go there and click an option to go first-person combat, which sucks because if you're using a spear, you attack. You glitch right through the guy. You attack the guy, and all of a sudden he's behind you, like that, right? So yeah, it's pretty much garbage and first person, and they want you to run around in third person, which is crappy. This is no fun. This is no fun running around third person for me, right? This is not how I want to run around and play this game. I want to actually be first person, see what's going on right in front of me. But the view sucks, right? Because it was made for first person, it was made for third person, not for first person. I'm getting confused on my words. But yeah, it looks nice. It still looks nice. It looks better than Medieval Dynasty, but the menu systems and all that kind of stuff is still crappy at the end of the day. So overall, I would give this game a 5.5 out of 10 because they take that 2 steps forward and then 1 step back on the things that they're adding into this game. There's just too much stuff like that in this game now. That just too many bad things that just don't work versus the things that actually do work that they added in there. That's better. So we have that going on for us ourselves for this game. So yeah, there's a lot more stuff. It's a lot more playable. It gained a half a point for all these updates and stuff like that. So it's gaining progress, which is nice to have. But as for coming back to this game, you might not want to. If you didn't play it before, you had to start a whole new game. You might not want to come back to this game because they might make you start a whole new game all over again because they keep changing how your dynasty works and stuff like that. They're going to be having all this stuff, the mine stuff work eventually, and the new maybe a farm system over here to get lots of rice, because rice, you don't gather enough rice per how much you need to make alcohol at the moment. It's not balanced properly, so they're waiting to actually make the actual farm over there. The other temples, you got 2 temples, you need 5 of them going on there. The places of power need to be added in there, and that kind of stuff. You might want to wait until that stuff is actually in the game so you can actually play it and enjoy it a little bit better. And by then, it probably will be up to a 6 out of 10 if they do that. But it's not going to be better than Medieval Dynasty unless they can really fully rework this whole menu system over here and get this stuff working properly, because they need the production values. You need to see who's in the village and who's in what house and move the houses around. They don't have babies yet and stuff like that, so they got a lot of work to do to add stuff like that. What's the point of naming your game Dynasty when you don't have age? There's no age in this game yet. There's no babies being made in this game yet, so there's no dynasty in this game yet. So it's not really a dynasty game yet. It is just build your villages up and fulfill your production needs and build these big huge special projects for your dynasty stuff. I just want to call it Dynasty, I guess. Just build these special projects and have that working. But it is balanced a lot better for stuff on there, because you can see I have lots of guys on double production on there for their happiness. For that, and I have 10 guys out working, so I'm making a lot of extra stuff on here because I need the extra maintenance for myself for building things. But yeah, all the stuff is fulfilled nicely on there with lots of people, like 62 people. You couldn't have that much people before and have your village working good for yourself. The only thing I have to do is worry about this luxury, which is nothing, as you can see, for doing it, because it's not balanced properly. It's just make a lot of combs, right, for my priorities on there. So yeah, priorities. No, that's the wrong one. Spiritual, just a job doing that right now. Where is it? Luxury items. Yeah, just doing combs. Ice is a luxury item, but just doing combs. Easily made. It's 1 fruit log to make a comb, and it takes a lot a lot of resources there, right? They got 900 sitting there, so yeah, I got lots of that for that. So that's not balanced properly yet. So just enjoy that while you can for your extra population on there. But yeah, very easy to make money in this game at the moment for the stuff. They did change the vendors too. But yeah, I'm just gonna stick with like a 5.5 out of 10. It made progress, but if I knew what all the changes were right now and I had something else I could do, I would probably come back to this game later and start over again, because once they add all this stuff, it'd be a little bit more interesting and worthwhile to play. That is just my opinion though. If you think this is enough new stuff for you to come back to this game or try it out for the first time and get a head start on stuff like that, because right now you could probably build up a huge supply of money if you really wanted to very easily on this game until they actually start balancing stuff out properly in that regard, for making money a little bit too easily in this game, and things like that, and leveling up your skills and stuff like that. All that stuff might change and become harder. It might become easier. Who knows what they're going to do? They're not exactly really good at balancing at the end of the day anyway, so you could be wrong. So you could wait and have stuff working a little bit better, like having the ice stuff working properly and having your villagers actually produce stuff when they say they're producing stuff, actually produce stuff. That would be nice to have that working at 100% versus the 75% that it works right now. So that's my rough math, that like 75% of my production is actually working. The other 25% I just don't get anything, and I can't tell what's working and what's not unless I go through my storages and check out that stuff. But yeah. That's about it. So thanks for watching. Hopefully I covered everything that's new and changed in this game and what you can see in the future and all that kind of fun stuff. So there's lots of nice things that are going on there. We got the skills. We got the fast travel anywhere you want. The map markers have changed at least. We still can't make our own, which really sucks for names and stuff like that. But yeah, you got caves and stuff like that, which is nice. That you can see in all your special projects. So it's not really that much of an issue. The only issue is really stuff not working and the actual, what do you do in this game? There's no Dynasty. It is just building your villages up and getting them up and running, and that's it. There's no other point in having that. There's no like Dynasty part. That's the main part of these games, is having your kids and going through the ages and having your kid grow up and taking over and stuff like that. That's the kind of thing. You have your village being able to produce years at a time. That type of stuff. To see how you can progress over the time and do whatever that you can do, like take over the other villages or something. I don't know, something a little bit more fun at the end of the day. But that is it. So yeah, put it away, and thanks for watching. And if you are going to play this game, I will do some tip videos on stuff like that, on organizing your village and what you want to use for heating and meals and stuff like that, so you can make the most out of your guys that are working and make it easier on yourself in case you just don't want to play through there and figure it out on your own and just do stuff sloppily, because one of the mistakes that you might make is having your wood producers actually make stuff for fire, for heating, and for maintenance. That's one thing you don't want to do, and I'll tell you why later on. If you need to know why I think you shouldn't be using actually wood for your any of your maintenance skills on there. I'll go over stuff like that. You don't want to use wood for anything on this part right here. So no heating and no maintenance for your wood needs is what I would recommend. But anyways, we'll go over that later if you're interested in watching that later on when I do that. But as for now, that is just my opinion of this game and the changes I would like to see, and just the way it is. So thanks for watching, and I will see you later.